Chris?
What's on there? How are y'all?
Welcome
Good
to the next
see you.
6 months of your life.
Absolutely. Good to see y'all.
How are you?
Doing good.
Good. What's it like to be out here day one, just getting it going again?
Yeah, you know what? We're really excited about our group. We feel very strongly that that we've got some good additions to an already good roster, and so we look forward to trying to make that next stride. So we came out rookies. It's always a little bit tough on day one, but I thought that they battled back. And the second half of practice, I felt like we picked up the tempo and finished strong.
You got about 70 guys here. I don't know how many you plan to bring to main camp, but 3 days. You don't have a lot of time to impress.
Yeah, we've got 3 days. There's going to be 15 of that group that's going to unfortunately go home. That's the reality of pro football. So they're out here competing for a job, and they understand what's at stake. And again, it's pretty simple. That's why we film practice. Who does the right things, that's who stays.
Do guys jump out at you in day one?
Oh yeah, I mean there's and it'll change. From day one to day two. Tomorrow it'll be a totally different scenario, and then day 3 will be a toss up as to who goes home and who stays. But again, it's the guys that do the most things correct over and over and over again, show up with the same type workman-like attitude. Those are the ones that make it.
So is there a distinct difference from day one of a rookie camp compared to day one of a main camp, which will happen on Sunday?
Well, I mean, the guys that are in vet camp, they've been here, they know, and then but the tempos, the expectations are the same. So it seems like it's a little higher tempo out here with the rookies because they're anxious to get going and going to play a little bit faster and that type thing. And the vets, you have to drive them a little more to get what you want. But they've been there. They know what they've got to do.
I think you're allowed to have your quarterbacks here. You've chosen not to have.
Yeah, we've got a lot of they're doing what they need to do to stay in our playbook and stuff. We've got to evaluate the other guys to see. I feel strongly about the 3 guys that we have in our quarterback room, and we've got to evaluate the others.
Your kicking game is really into focus now. With fortunate that Sergio got released, but I want to ask you about Greg Hutchins, who's been around the club since 19. He was here last year, so he's kind of familiar with the building, familiar with the facility, familiar with you. What do you see out of Greg?
Well, I mean, Hutch has had a great offseason. I mean, you can tell by his, his makeup, his body structure that he's been in the weight room, he's been working, and you saw his, early on his when they were warming up, he's got tremendous leg strength, and so now it just becomes, be consistent enough, the guy just do things right over and over and over. That's kind of what we're trying to. It's kind of like a mantra, whether it's a guard or whether it's a defensive tackle or whether it's our kicker. You got to do the right things. Let's kick it between the pipes.
What did you see from him last year? I mean, he was on the PR, but I've noticed him in practice. He had some bombs for punts, for example. But what did you see out of him as just learning how to be a professional, even though he's not playing?
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing I saw was, he had such a strong leg, and so it makes your eyes automatically go there. So now we've got to get the direction, we've got to find where the numbers are and keep the ball out toward the numbers.
Do you have a plan roster spot-wise? Are we past the days in the CFL where one guy does all 3 now?
Well, I mean, if you find the right guy, but it's a lot safer to have that second guy that can do a lot of things. I mean, because you never know especially with as many weird things that have happened with us, we always have to have the second and even third guy ready.
I ask you about Donovan Olumba, put on the retired list. Is that a permanent thing, or is?
Well, unfortunately he got hurt during the off season lifting, and it's he wants to stay with us, and so he decided that he wanted just to retire, go home, and get completely healthy, and then once he gets healthy, he'll be back with us, I would assume.
Yeah, that's another area to look at.
You
look at everything, but boy, you got a lot of DBs here.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We've got a lot of DBs and got a lot of legs to try to figure out, who those 4 or 5 guys will be.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Chris.
All right.
Appreciate it. See you tomorrow.